All right, welcome back to the show. It's me, Hugh, and Lalo is my co-host today on a Wednesday, and we are actually very happy to have sitting in the chair here Shannon Skinner, who it's been a while since I've seen you, Shannon, and I know you used to do some stuff with us here at ThatChannel, and it's just great to get you back in the chair, find out what's new, and you're looking great, and this is awesome. So.
Thank you. Well, I'm thrilled to be here, very grateful, and of course I got my start in broadcast thanks to you and ThatChannel. September 10th, 2011, I launched Extraordinary Women TV in this building, not in this exact studio.
Yeah, because we moved.
We were
a few times.
A couple floors down, I think. Yes, yeah. But and so I am so grateful to have this opportunity to come and see you again, and you're looking good, and it's great to be here and see what you're doing, and great that you're continuing.
Yeah, great, thank you. So, but you're continuing as well, and I know you've done lots of shows. You had a show on Rogers, 52 episodes.
Yeah, that's right. Produced 52 episodes of Extraordinary Women TV for Rogers TV, and I think we've got over 300 webisodes, interviews online.
At least 300 great people that you've had conversations with, right?
Yeah.
300 extraordinary. Are they all women?
They're all women.
All women. Okay,
all
so
women,
this it's the hangover from International Women's Day today. It's our special.
Is it the hangover?
Yeah,
well,
it is.
Donna was just saying, there's like, we got all women walking around talking and stuff like that, and no men, but we got the crew of guys, and David Garrett's coming on the show a little bit later. So,
well, I have to tell you, I did give a keynote this weekend for International Women's Day at an event, an awards ceremony, Dancing Damsels awards ceremony, with Hazel McCallion, the former mayor of Mississauga, 95 years old, still rocking the stage. She got up and she really, really gave it more than I think a lot of people could at 95. She's my hero.
Yeah. She's. It's hard to believe she's not mayor anymore. And she's the thing about Hazel. She never ages. She's always been 95.
Wow. Well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I first remember Hazel when. Do you remember the big train accident in Mississauga?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's right.
Right. That was late 70s, early 80s, and you don't remember, but they evacuated 250,000 people because it was a toxic train accident, and Hazel was like managing the whole thing. Right. She was mayor even back then, and she was like, I mean, I was just a kid then, so she seemed like quite senior, and you know what I mean. She's Hazel. She's always been Hazel, and she'll always be Hazel.
That's really nice. I mean, I'm from BC, so we didn't, I don't have a lot of nostalgia around Hazel, but my mom's name is Hazel.
Ah, great connection.
And you know what? My eyes are hazel.
Oh, so are mine.
See?
Brilliant.
Yeah. So, now what did you talk about with Hazel at the...
Well, she was a recipient of an award, and I was the keynote. There were a number of award winners, women who've achieved amazing accomplishments. So I gave a keynote, and it was really about follow your heart. It's the topic, and in fact, it's my theme. It's the theme of my life. It is the very thing I'm doing is following my heart and creating change in the world.
That authenticity, right, keeps coming up.
Well, this is what we are all trying to do. I know that you're doing that. You just said it. I know that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah. I know that that's what you do, Lalo. And in fact, I think everybody here at ThatChannel. And even that's what John Burling Hardy talks about, people who are really just trying to do things on their own. But Shannon, I think we all know it's not that easy sometimes, right? It's like, sometimes you have a day where you go, I just wish I could get a job and I'll do whatever they want. Just give me a paycheck at the end of the week and I don't have to worry about all this stuff all the time.
Oh, it's actually not easy. And in fact, I would even go as far to say it's the most difficult thing I've ever done. Following your heart is not for the faint of heart. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Whether you're following your heart as a passion, as a career, or whether it is in a relationship and you're opening up your heart, it's not easy. It really has been the most difficult thing. It's challenging, and sometimes the outside world is really truly against you.
Mm-hmm.
The outside voices are louder than the inside voice. But if you quiet that down and you listen to what's going on in here,
mm-hmm.
and you start to believe in yourself, and you make a commitment to say, yes, whatever my heart is saying, I'm going to follow it. And in the end, there's a reward. And in fact, the journey itself is a reward. So in a way, you cannot go wrong by following your heart, but it is not easy at all.
It could be. I'm just thinking about some people that I know who are following their heart in terms of their business even. But I can see now, I'm kind of the same way, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I've made a lot of mistakes. And sometimes now I can see someone else, and I can see the mistakes that they're making, in part because they were the same mistakes I made, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm just going, sometimes that decision to follow your heart means that you're going to go through a process of learning the hard way in a lot of cases, right?
Learning the hard way, and really and truly, if you want to look at the mistakes, they're not really mistakes. If you want to look at it from a mystical standpoint, everything has a purpose. We're here for a purpose, and then therefore, how can it really truly be a mistake? We're learning along the way. I can look back and say, I've made a whole bunch of mistakes.
Yeah.
Usually down the road, you'll look back and you'll say, thank God that happened, because that led me to this person, or that led me to this opportunity, and what have you. So I think trusting the process is very difficult to do. And I recognize that, and I would never want to just say to somebody, follow your heart, just go for it. It's there's nothing to it, but that's not true.
There's a lot to it, but then if you are authentic and you follow your heart, then it's really your accomplishment at the end. So that's how I look at it. So I want to follow my heart, and I also want to be a successful entrepreneur, and I also want to be a successful businesswoman. And if I like the saying, be yourself, everything else is taken. And then, as I stick with that one, then I know that at the end of the day, it will be my accomplishment, or at the end of following my heart, then the whole thing will be tied, and I'll get so much more satisfaction out of it. Instead of, say, putting forward something about myself that's false, although it's very difficult to have the confidence.
Well, here, this is where I think if you want to be authentic, live an authentic life according to your own values, sometimes what we need to do is get advice. Sometimes we need to tune in to some inspiration and motivation. Maybe we need to pick up some books. Sometimes we have to take courses. Maybe it's calling someone and getting, maybe it's a mentor or a champion of some sort. It doesn't work in isolation or in a vacuum. And so, there's all sorts of motivational, inspirational videos online.
So that's what all these other people are for that are around me.
Yeah, that's right. Just tap into it. Now, you can listen to advice and not take it. And that's perfectly...
That's what I do all the time. I'm really tired of... No, I'm not going to say what I'm tired of.
Let's get to work through the negative things and the positive things. You can't always keep a positive attitude and always put the negative.
I want results, not advice. You know what I'm saying?
I want both.
Okay. Now, Shannon, so I know you're not doing a TV show at the moment, but you're continuing to do, you just mentioned the inspirational speaking, and I know that you're continuing your work. You've got a radio show. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, I this year launched a radio show called Shannon-Skinner-Live on VoiceAmerica Women. You can find a link through my website at shannon-skinner.com for some of the past episodes. Similar, people's journeys and advice on how, to help us follow our heart.
Are you interviewing people on that show as well?
I have been, yes.
Yeah.
Now, my speaking has really really geared up. So we've just kind of put that just on pause for the moment.
What, the radio?
Yeah, just for the moment.
And if people want to get a hold of you for a speaking engagement, they want to be inspired by you, or they want to hear more about how you got to where you are, can they also do that just by contacting you on the website?
Yeah, that's right. Through my website, there's my email address, shannon@shannonskinner.com. They can tweet to me, Shannon_Skinner.
Yeah,
and
excellent.
Like, who would be the perfect, like, who should want to get you to come and speak to them? I'm just trying to get a sense of, like,
women's organizations, companies that are interested in engaging and motivating their staff.
Not necessarily
entrepreneurial
women.
meetup,
Not
maybe?
necessarily
Sorry.
women.
Yeah.
No, not necessarily women. But for sure, women's organizations and companies that have that are really wanting to be progressive and to inspire their staff to be more productive and self-motivating.
You know, and I just saw something on TV the other day, something to the effect of like 60% of university graduates now are women in Canada, right? 60%.
Watch out, guys.
And yet they were contrasting that with the fact that women's salaries and women's percentage that they take up in executive roles in business and that sort of thing is the salaries are not keeping up. They're not
compared to men.
They're not even reflecting the fact that more women than men are graduating from university.
That's
so
right,
I wanted to ask you, because I know you're there in that, you know, women's issues. What are the big issues with women? What's going on now? What are some of the new challenges that women are facing today that need to be addressed and that sort of thing?
Well, I think the challenges are, some of them are still age-old. Sexism is an age-old challenge. But for women, especially wanting to carve out successful careers and have a family at the same time, still is a challenge. And we're seeing companies that are coming up with really progressive ways to address that. Women who have partners who are helping them out. Women who have a certain amount of wealth that can hire nannies and whatnot, can help them. But I think that this is one area that is very difficult for women to have a successful business and have a successful career and have a family too. And that is something that is really real.
Because the women have to end up doing everything, right? Even a lot of times these days, they're the ones who have the paid employment. They're the ones that come home. They're the ones that have to cook, look after
Not
the
here
kids,
at
all
that
that
channel.
kind of stuff.
Hugh actually does the dishes here.
Actually, yes. I do them better than anyone.
Well, I think that depends on individual relationships. But that is not, and there's not an easy answer for that. And it's something that will be continuing to be, a challenge, I think, for some time.
I think one of the reasons is that because, in a sense, the business world was largely created by men. It is a male institution, right? The company, at least the way we do companies, the way we do business or have been doing business up until now. Mm-hmm. So women aren't necessarily a natural fit into that, because like taking a round peg and putting it in a square hole. I think women need to create a new kind of institution.
Well,
I think we just need to integrate.
Yeah, and what I am seeing is women around the world are beginning to do business differently, because they are saying, we're not men. We don't do business like men. Mm-hmm. Let's understand this. Let's figure out a way so that we can be successful and do business in a different way. And I am starting to see that quite a bit, actually.
And how is that? What is that different way?
Collaborating. We're seeing more women bringing their kids to work, pets too. I have a dog. He goes to work.
You should have brought your dog here today.
Yeah, I thought about it.
I would have loved that.
We'll get you back with Laura Nashman. She's going to bring Mr. Ito in, who's just written a book.
Yeah, we'll have to do a guests and their dog show.
Yeah, dog
That'll be
show.
fun. I love animals.
Yeah, so do I.
But I think that women can be encouraged, for all of the men who are managers or running businesses and have female employees, if we're allowed to bring our feminine culture into the office place, and that can be as simple as flowers and sort of feminizing a little bit that really male feel and look and even process. And I think women are going to also prove that our methods work really well with the male methods, and we don't need to have one or the other. We can all work together as long as we give women like 100% freedom to run everything.
Yeah,
Isn't that right?
Well,
Oh, wait a minute. That last part was a little...
no, I'm good with that.
Women domination.
No,
we've been,
just some fairness.
Women, I've been waiting for them to take over for quite a while now. I'm good with that, right? Probably won't have like as many wars and stuff, right? We talk about, people talk about we're transitioning, like the age is actually transitioning from the, remember that old song? The Age of Aquarius, right?
That's right.
So from the Pisces age, which was a male-dominated age, to the Aquarian, which is supposedly female-dominated. I don't know how that works. But, I mean, you could argue that the feminist movement and all that is evidence of that transition. Where do you think we'll be in 20, 30 years in terms of the relationship between the sexes or the position of women?
I think we will be in a situation where we'll have more equality. I mean, our laws are going to make that happen. We have a prime minister who calls himself a feminist, who is advocating, championing for women and making change, and that's really, it's progressive. So that's encouraging, and it's encouraging on the world stage. So we will see that, but if I look into my crystal ball, I might come up with something else here.
Well, we'd love to hear it, but maybe we'll have to get you back and see where that might take us. But
I'd love to talk to you again. Lots of more things
if
I'd
I may
like to
just
talk to you about.
add, I have been traveling, and I was just in India, in northeast India, and there's an area in Shillong, Meghalaya, northeast India, which is has one of the longest surviving matrilineal cultures in the world, where women have more power than men. They run the businesses, wealth runs down, and property runs from the mother to the daughter. The men move into the home with the women.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's and it was interesting to experience that. Yeah,
I mean, what stood out about that? That's
harmony.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, for the little short period of time that I was there, there seemed to be harmony. I went to an archery range where the men came out and they were shooting like wicker baskets. It was gambling, actually, but the women were running the place. And there seems to be, in my research of it, there seems to be a harmony. Now, men are starting to experience the same thing there that women have been experiencing for centuries in male-dominated societies, where they're feeling disempowered.
Interesting.
And they're wanting to shift that. So the key is, no matter what, it's not really about having a one sex dominant over the other, or one gender dominant over the other. This is really about when there is equality, there is harmony.
Yeah. Sometimes easier to articulate that as an ideal than to actually see it manifest in the real world on a day-to-day level. But I don't know.
I think women just need to do things men do. Men need to do things women do. And this needs to just be encouraged and accepted until we have that equality, so that the man can come and take the baby from me and handle that situation, and I can take the electric thingy,
the electric
doodad
thingy,
and then I could use that without causing a major disaster or breaking any tables or anything.
Yeah, well, with any luck, that will happen one day.
Yeah.
Well, Shannon, this has been great. Now, of course, your website's shannon-skinner.com.
Yes, it is.
And who would you like to get in touch with you? obviously people that are looking to have you as a speaker, but anybody else you're looking to speak with these days?
Hey, Justin Trudeau.
Yeah, I think he's looking pretty nice. He seems like a
He's
level-headed guy.
yeah, he's level-headed.
No, I just let you know, just for people to know I am available to speak, and I'd be happy to chat with them.
Okay, maybe, sure. And now, of course, people can, through your website, they can access all your old episodes and all the great interviews you've done.
That's right. So Extraordinary Women TV, while we are on hiatus from production at the moment, all the interviews are still on the website. So that's extraordinarywomentv.com. And you can find, there's a big library there. And through shannon-skinner.com, all the information about my speaking, about my book, The Whispering Heart, Your Inner Guide to Creativity. My travel blog is there as well, so they can follow my travels, and my new Facebook page, Shannon Skinner.
Excellent. And maybe you'll do some mentoring at some point too, right?
I could do some mentoring. I would love to do some mentoring.
That would be great.
Or women touring.
Women touring, women, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Woman touring.
Shannon, this has been great.
Been great.
Great to see you again. Great to show you the
Likewise.
new facilities here.
Yeah.
And,
Congratulations.
and thanks. And,
Very inspiring.
All the best to you, and hope to get you back soon, and we can carry on this conversation.
Thank you. Appreciate the time. Good luck.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
Excellent.
We're going to take a little break. We got lots more coming up. David Garrett, I believe, is up next, and then we got Val Shearman is in the house.
All right.
We're going to have some
Music
live music later on ThatChannel.com.